In the frozen expanse of the Freljord, where the wind howls and the snow never ceases to fall, there exists a being older than time itself, an immortal spirit of ice and rebirth. She is Anivia, the Cryophoenix, a being born of pure magic, with wings that span the heavens and a heart bound by an eternal duty. Anivia has watched over the Freljord for centuries, a guardian of balance, a beacon of hope for those who brave the harsh and unforgiving lands. But her existence has not been one of peace. She is the last of her kind, a protector who must forever rise from the ashes of destruction, time and time again, in a world that shifts between hope and chaos. Her tale is one of loss, of sacrifice, and of an unyielding dedication to the land she swore to protect. Yet even as the Freljord faces ever greater threats, Anivia's spirit remains unbroken, determined to stand against the darkness, no matter the cost. This is the story of Anivia, the Cryophoenix, whose flame endures through the ages.
I remember the cold, but it was not a loneliness I felt. The ice was my home, and I was part of it. The winds whispered my name. The earth beneath me pulsed with the heartbeat of the world itself. When I first awoke, there was nothing but the endless ice before me. I was a part of this frozen world, a spirit of its very essence. I was born to guard it, to ensure that balance would never be lost.
Long before the tribes of Freljord knew of the great struggles they would face, before the world itself had fully taken shape, the Freljord was a land of magic and elemental forces. Among these forces, Anivia was born. She was not a mortal being, but an ancient, elemental spirit, a Cryophoenix. Her existence was bound to the Freljord itself, her very essence woven into the land she protected. Anivia's earliest memory was the creation of the world. The Freljord was nothing but ice and cold, a place of silence and stillness, until the magic that gave birth to the land itself took shape. From this magic, Anivia was born, a spirit of ice and rebirth, an eternal protector of the land. Anivia's role was to protect the Freljord from the dangers of the world, both seen and unseen. As an immortal being, she had watched over the land for centuries, helping to guide the tribes through seasons of harsh winters and fleeting summers. Her presence was as constant as the snow that covered the land, though she never stayed in one place for long. But as time passed, darker forces began to stir. The world grew more unstable, and wars raged in the land. Anivia's duty became more difficult as her enemies grew stronger, especially the primal, violent forces that sought to undo the balance she had fought to maintain. Yet she never wavered.
For every battle I fought, I always knew what I was defending. The land, the people, the Freljord itself. But the fight grew harder as time wore on. I've witnessed so much loss. Wars among the tribes, invasions from foreign lands, the cruelty of those who seek only to dominate. But there are times when I must rise from the ashes. I have died, been reborn, and watched the world change while I remain the same.
Anivia's ability to be reborn after death is both a gift and a curse. Each time she perished, her body would burn away in a fiery blaze of ice and magic, only to rise again from the ashes of her own death. With each rebirth, however, something was lost. Her memories became hazier, the weight of time and sacrifice growing heavier with every resurrection. Yet despite these challenges, she continued to rise, to fight, to protect the Freljord.
I have died countless times, but each death feels like a piece of me is lost forever. And yet, I rise again. I never truly stay gone. When the land needs me, I return. But it is not without cost. Each death leaves me more fragmented. My memories slip away, and I feel the weight of time pressing upon me more heavily.
But Anivia was not alone in her burden. She formed connections with the tribes of Freljord, warriors, shamans, and wise leaders who revered her as a guardian, a symbol of hope. They knew that even in the darkest times, she would return to protect them. But despite their respect and admiration, Anivia always carried the burden of her isolation. She was not fully of the people she protected. She was something otherworldly. One of her most painful moments came when she saw a tribe of Freljordians that she had come to care for destroyed by a force she could not stop. She could not save them all, and in the aftermath of their fall, she nearly gave in to despair.
In that moment, when the last of the flames died down, I could feel the weight of my failure. I was too late. They're gone. And it was my fault. I had come too late to prevent the loss, and the guilt clawed at me like an unquenchable fire. I tried to save them. I tried so hard to protect the people of this land, but sometimes I am not enough.
But despite her sorrow, Anivia could never give in to despair. The Freljord had seen many dark times, and Anivia's undying spirit was what kept the land's fragile balance in place. For every loss she suffered, she found new purpose, new allies, new reasons to fight. Her very existence was a testament to resilience and the power of rebirth. As the land continues to change, Anivia remains ever watchful, never allowing herself to forget the sacred responsibility she bears. She is not just a guardian of ice, but a symbol of the eternal struggle between life, death, and the will to protect what is precious.
I will never stop fighting. Not for the Freljord, not for the people, not for the land. I will rise again, no matter the cost. I am Anivia, the Cryophoenix, and I will protect this land for as long as I am able.